The only function of this area is to be a marker of social segregation.
You see, that's really interesting because this has happened before. This is Bloomsbury in London, and it's known for having all these little squares. You've got Bloomsbury Square and Russell Square and Tavistock Square. Like St George's Wharf, what looks like public squares is actually private land, not owned by a property development company, but in this case owned by the Duke of Bedford. Originally, all these squares had railings around them, and if you wanted the key to get in, you had to be a resident. People were calling for the railings to be removed as early as the 19th century. In fact, in 1815, a group of protesters actually tore down the railings and used them as weapons. And of course, suffragettes are famous for chaining themselves to railings. During the war, a lot of these railings were taken down for scrap iron. Now, some of them put wooden fences up instead, but a lot of them just said, oh, sod it. Suddenly, all the poor people who lived in tenement buildings in Bloomsbury now had access to green space and gardens. And after the war, the question was, what kind of society were we fighting for? Do we want everything to go back to the 1930s, or do we want to build back better? I feel like I could do a whole series on railings.